Well, hello everyone, sports fans, Chiefs Kingdom. This is Comics Baker TV here. So, time for another prediction video. As it's this Sunday, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in the final game of the 2025 season for both teams. And of course, for the first time in 11 years, the Chiefs will not be playing in the playoffs. We've been eliminated, and we've been eliminated for 3 weeks now. We are 6-10. We will not finish the season 500. We will finish the season with double-digit losses for the first time since 2012, which ironically was after that the Chiefs hired Andy Reid, and of course has been here since then. So, and yes, it's been a rough season for us, a bit surprising for sure, after us making the Super Bowl the past 3 years, going for the three-peat a season ago, and, didn't make much changes in the offseason, and, it's just a kind of the opposite of last year, really. We had all those come from behind and one score victories last season, and now this season only one score win. So, and really look at all of our wins, and they've all been against to this point, I believe, all against non-playoff teams. The only one that still has a chance that we beat, that still could make the playoffs, is the Baltimore Ravens. If they win tomorrow night against the Steelers in a win-in situation, then that'll mean that all of our wins, minus Baltimore, will be against non-playoff teams. So, and all of our losses are also against, most of them, I think all but two are against playoff teams to this point. So, the only one that isn't of our losses, the team that is not in the playoffs, is the Cowboys and the Titans. So, but yeah, it's been a disappointing year, obviously. Definitely was not expecting this to be in this situation, and having a top 10 draft pick most likely is also going to be definitely pretty weird and as well. And this could also be the final game ever for Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends of all time. Who knows, this will be it for him. Wouldn't be surprised. Actually has had a pretty solid season, so if it ends up being his final game tomorrow, then he'll end his career having a pretty solid season, even though he will miss the playoffs for just the second time in his career. So, and of course, Patrick Mahomes going down with that torn ACL 3 weeks ago, but should be back, I think, in time for week 1 of next year, September of 2026. So, and starting at quarterback in the season finale will be Chris Oladokun, making his second career start and his first career start Christmas night against the Broncos. Actually played pretty well. Even though he had under 100 yards passing, he nearly led us to a game-tying drive with a minute to go. So, as we nearly defeated the Denver Broncos, made it interesting. That was a hard-fought game. So, and the Broncos, if they win tomorrow against the Chargers, they will be the top seed in the AFC. The Patriots could also be the top seed if the Broncos lose to the Chargers. So, what a year it's been for both those teams, Denver and New England. And as well as the Jacksonville Jaguars, they also have a slim chance as the number 1 seed as well. But it seems like it'll probably be Denver or New England. And the Raiders, it's been a miserable year for them. quarterback Geno Smith, who they traded for in the offseason, has had a very, very rough year. I believe is leading the league in interceptions. And when we first played the Raiders back in Week 7, the Chiefs shut them out. 31-0, I believe, was the score in that one. It practically felt like it was over at halftime. We just dominated the game from start to finish. As the Raiders, I don't even think took a single snap in the red zone in that game. So, and yeah, so we just dominated in that one, and the Raiders are 2-14, and if they lose, if the Chiefs beat the Raiders tomorrow, then that means the Raiders will be picking first in the draft this spring. So, and actually starting in this one for the Raiders will not be Geno Smith. It'll be veteran, journeyman quarterback Kenny Pickett starting for Vegas. It'll be his second start of the season. Won a Super Bowl last year with the Eagles as backup to Jalen Hurts. And, yes, it's been a rough season for Vegas. And head coach Pete Carroll, who actually came out of retirement to coach the Raiders, they actually won in Week 1, the Raiders did, against the Patriots. And then their only other win was in Week 6 against the Tennessee Titans. So they've lost 11 straight games, and 2-14. So just hoping that the Chiefs can, end the season strong, and hopefully end the season and head into the off season with a win. And it's just definitely going to be weird not seeing the Chiefs in the playoffs. I just thought, even though heading into Week 15 3 weeks ago we had a pretty slim chance of making it, but I just sort of thought with our schedule and the way our opponents were playing that we would find a way to win those final 4 games and sneak in as the final playoff spot, but that obviously didn't happen. So, and we had a tough schedule to begin with, but it is what it is. So, score prediction for this one, I would say the Chiefs will win in this one. I'll say 21-14. Yeah, 21-14. The Raiders have been averaging only about 14 points a game. And they lost the last two to the New York Giants, and it was basically a battle for the number 1 pick, and the Raiders lost by 20 points, I think. So, and so I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders get rid of head coach Pete Carroll after this one. So I guess they're probably regretting trading for Geno Smith and hiring Pete Carroll. So anyway, thank you much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Comments for saying go Chiefs. Until tomorrow against Vegas.